This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's Ark II, brought to us by Filmation. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D. This, of course, is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Ark II. It was a sci-fi live-action series that originally premiered on CBS in September of 1976 and ended in December of 76, but however continued in reruns for 2 more years. Well, in ways. It continued being rerun until November of the following year and then returned for another year in 78 until 79, excuse me. As there were only 15 episodes produced and aired. Now, the program's central characters were created by Martin Roth. Ted Post, who worked on several Filmation shows and was also best known as a director for several films, including Beneath the Planet of the Apes, as well as the secondary Harry movie, Magnum Force, with Roth to develop its core format. Of course, the show was aimed at children as it was produced by the folks at Filmation. Now, this was the studio's fourth actual full live-action series after Shazam, The Secrets of Isis, and The Ghostbusters, as all those shows were aired on CBS. Anyway, now the opening titles for each episode were narrated by executive producer Lou Scheimer, who was still uncredited, using his then uncredited pseudonym of Eric Gundon, then by the voice of Terry Lester, who plays one of the main characters, although I'll get to in a little bit summarize the show's backstory. For millions of years, Earth was fertile and rich. Then pollution and waste began to take their toll. Civilization fell into ruin. Then we turn to see what goes on. This is the world of the 25th century. This is where it takes place at. Which, before I get back to the intro, the show's setting is actually 500 years from when the show was actually done, in the year 2476 in the 25th century. Okay, now back to the story. Only a handful of scientists remain, men who have vowed to rebuild what has been destroyed. And this was their achievement. It was Ark II, a mobile storehouse of scientific knowledge, manned by a highly trained crew of young people. Their mission? To bring the hope of a new future to mankind. Give me a second, I'll give y'all a better look at the Ark II. Now, here's what Ark II actually looks like. Well, this is kind of one of the best pictures I could find to give you a better look at. It actually looks like a futuristic RV. So wait till you see what's inside of this. Now, it's filled with all sorts of things and what have you. Anyway, it's incredible if you've never seen the show. Anyway, the show had a racially mixed cast, which starred, as I'll show in a little bit, the show's premise was inspired by the story of Noah's Ark, and the characters were given names taken from the Hebrew Bible, which they are Jonah, Ruth, Samuel, and Adam. Anyway, and as I've mentioned, it's set in a post-apocalyptic 25th century, after Earth's civilizations had been decimated by the effects of waste, pollution, and warfare, falling back to a civilization comparable to the Dark Ages. The surviving scientists pooled their knowledge and resources, trained 3 young people and a chimp, who I'll explain, to search for remnants of humanity, reintroducing lost ideas as they traveled the barren landscape in the high-tech Ark II. Now, the show mentions a headquarters and that the crew are scientists. The titles commander and captain are both used to refer to Jonah, All the installments began and ended with numbered entries in the Ark II's log, almost similar to Star Trek's Captain's Log, which Jonah the man who plays Jonah, who I'll tell you who that is, narrating in voiceover. Like other Filmation shows, Ark II also had a moral lesson derived from the preceding events seen in the episode. However, unlike Shazam and the Secrets of Isis, the epilogue log entry narrated by Jonah is used to deliver the moral rather than have any of the characters break the fourth wall to speak directly into the camera and direct to the TV viewers to deliver the moral, which was common in most Filmation shows. Now, the show was shot in the summer of '76, predominantly on location at Paramount Ranch near Malibu, California. Now, the Ark II, was a futuristic-looking six-wheel combination RV and mobile laboratory. Now, the 44-foot-long vehicle was a fiberglass body on a 1971 Ford C-Series C700 cabover by the Brubaker Group. The front end of the Ark II prop was later reused as the nose portion of the Seeker spacecraft in the following year Filmation produced series Space Academy, as well as its spin-off Jason of Star Command, which would come out a year later after that. Anyway, now it is sometimes incorrectly reported that the Ark II was built by Dean Jeffries, who constructed various fantastic vehicles for science fiction films and television. These include the Landmaster from the Damnation Alley, with which the Ark II is sometimes confused. In addition, the series also featured a jetpack called the Jet Jumper, which Jonah uses, and the Ark Roamer, a smaller four-wheeled all-terrain vehicle built by Brubaker from a modified Brubaker box, a kit car using a 1968 Volkswagen Beetle sedan chassis. The Roamer was carried in the rear of the Ark II. It's very impressive, huh, folks? Anyway, now let me get to our now let me go ahead and of our characters. Give me a moment. First up is Terry Lester, who would go on to appear in various soap operas and other things as Jonah. Next is Jean Marie Hun, who plays Ruth. Yes, I don't know what she does nowadays. I know she went on to become like a pharmaceutical worker or something like that, I think. Samuel is played by Jose Flores, and I don't really know much of what he did before or after this show, but he's a pretty good actor and a pretty good character too. And Adam. Yes, this is Adam. He's a chimpanzee, and of course, Lou Scheimer did the vocal effects for the character. Now, throughout the series, there are various special guest characters. Well, not guest characters, but guest stars too. Among some of them include Jonathan Harris, who most of y'all know him from Lost in Space. And the following year after Ark II, he would play Commander Isaac Gampu on Space Academy, which I have yet to do a Saturday Morning TVLog of. This one marks one of the next to last Filmation live action series I've talked about, since I've already talked about Jason Star Command, the Ghostbusters, Secrets of Isis, and Shazam, but Space Academy I have yet to talk about. Let's see. Also, there was Jeffrey Lewis, who of course that's the father to Juliette Lewis. Jim Backus, you know him as Thurston Howell of Gilligan's Island fame, which I've more recently talked about the Gilligan's cartoon series in the last few episodes. Let's see. Who else? Malachi Throne. And who else? Robert Ridgely, who of course recently appeared as kind of a spoof of the $6 Million Man on Uncle Croc's block the previous year, and of course, the same year this show came out, he would voice Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle for Filmation, which of course I'll do a Saturday Morning TVLog of later on. And of course, he'd also go on to voice Flash Gordon for the studio and Ruby Spears Dunnar the Barbarian as well. And, well, and plus there's lots of others as well. But here's something that's really going to be a big surprise. Give me a moment. Look familiar, everyone? I don't think you know who this is, but that's a young Helen Hunt. She actually appeared in an episode. She was in episode number 11, Omega, which I'll talk about that in just a moment. Yes. You're seeing a young Helen Hunt, alright. Well, other guests have included Philip Abbott and even Robbie the Robot. Yes, that's right, who actually appeared originally in Forbidden Planet. And of course, he'd also appear in lots of other shows, like Lost in Space, for example. But anyway, it's really, really cool. But anyway, Ark II is easily probably a forgotten show, but hey, I actually thought this show was pretty interesting when I finally got the complete series of it. Now, I looked at the series through the 70s live-action KidVid website years back, before YouTube even came. And in 2006, BCI Clips actually released the complete series, which I have, and I just finally took the time to revisit it before I decided to do this Saturday Morning TVLog. And what can I say? These discs still play. The series is out of print, though, unfortunately. Now, later on, it later got released in a triple set that included Space Academy and JSO Star Command as well. Unfortunately, this has never been re-released. However, there is a way you can find the series. The full series is available on YouTube. I believe there's a YouTuber called Odds and Ends. This YouTuber, Odds and Ends, actually has the full series. If you want to check this show out, I would definitely recommend this. And if you don't believe me that there is an actual young Helen Hunt, well, you'll know when you see her. Anyway, of course, as I mentioned, she was in the episode known as Omega. Yes. Which is where the crew encounters an enclave enslaved by a rogue artificial intelligence. Yeah. But anyway, Ark II is definitely a very good show. I'd say give this show a watch. Like I said, just look up Ark II TV series, and you should find it. And if you see the YouTuber's name, Odds and Ends, then that's the person you should find. It has all 15 episodes, so you should check out just in case you don't have the DVD series. Anyway, and that came out in 2006, just after the show's 30th anniversary. So anyway, now you know about Ark II. I really think this show's amazing, and I think you'll like it if you give it a try. But anyway, if you've seen Ark II, please tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below. Subscribe to my channel as well. Be a part of the Big D Nation. Alright, and stay tuned for my next video, which will be my schedule. Though I usually do the schedule before these videos, but since this is a Saturday Morning TVLog, I thought I'd go ahead and do this. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you might want to check out my vids for these other Filmation live-action shows I told you about. The upper left-hand corner is the one I did on Shazam. It was one of my first Saturday Morning TVLogs, as a matter of fact. The upper right-hand corner is the one I did on The Secrets of Isis. And the bottom left-hand corner is the one I did on Jason of Star Command. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. and the Saturday Morning TVLogs, then I'm your guy. And next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Benji, Zax, and the Alien Prince from 1983. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.